Hello, welcome to my channel or welcome back. I try to be the place where you can feel like you don't have to buy all of the makeup that's out there or do all the sales or do anything that you really don't want to do. So if you need some help being talked out of all the buy stuff that's going on right now, yes, that song's in my head now too, then please keep watching. Okay, so I am not here to say that you can't buy anything because obviously there are times that you need to buy stuff. I have 2 kids. I'm constantly having to buy them clothes, food, pay for stuff with school. Like there's constantly things. But we want to make sure that we are spending our money only on the things that we really want or need. And yeah, so sometimes I might go ahead and buy something because it's on sale, but it's something that I know that I need. Going back to the kid thing, they are always going to be needing like the next size up of jeans or their current size because sometimes they get holes in them and all that kind of stuff. So if there happens to be a sale going on, then you can bet I'm going to go on there and see if there are other colors that we don't have or the next size or something and go ahead and have it ready, because why not? Why wait if I know that that's something that we're going to need to have? I can also apply that to makeup a bit because obviously makeup expires. Like the jeans, they're gonna keep. I can put them in the closet and they will be there, but they are taking up space and I don't want to have a whole bunch of stuff that's being saved like that. So I have to be mindful of my space too. And with makeup, it's gonna go bad. So it's taking up space and am I gonna get to it in a reasonable amount of time? So, when I'm buying like mascaras, it's like, well, it lasts for 3 months and then I'm gonna get to another one, but it's still 3 months. So I don't necessarily wanna have backup after backup. I might have like one backup just because, like this way, if something were to happen, like, I don't know, like an eye infection or something, maybe it dries out early, I don't know. Then I do have like another one, but at the same time, it's just mascara. I could go without for a little bit and it's not a big deal. So, so we don't want to just be buying backups just because of sales, but I understand, like, yeah, sometimes there are things, or maybe there's things even that you want and there's a sale and you were just kind of thinking about wanting it and it's like, well, do I go ahead and get it now? Maybe you do. Maybe there is a bit of a treat yourself moment, as long as those moments aren't happening all the time. So I want you to make sure that you are following whatever rules you have. So maybe you have rules about when you buy or when you don't buy, how much you buy, what kinds of things you buy. You should still follow those rules. Even with all the different store sales going on, Black Friday sales, new releases. Like I feel like this time of year, we're getting all the Halloween and fall releases, and then you're also getting the holiday releases and, all these things. And you have to think about, what were your rules and what do you actually want to bring into your collection? All these sales are going to repeat. So let's say there's a certain brand and you were thinking about getting some of this stuff, but you didn't really get together a proper list. You haven't really, maybe you have a list of like 20 things. But you're like, well, I'm not going to buy 20 things. I want to narrow it down. And then you feel rushed and you don't really spend as much time narrowing it down properly. And it's like, oh my gosh, and then you panic and you start to buy more than you want. Why not just wait till next year? If they have that Black Friday sale, or like Sydney Grace always has their Christmas in July sale. You know what? If you miss it this time, you can get it next time. And if it's not the exact same shades, there's probably going to be something similar. Okay, so that's my next part, is not only do the sales repeat, but the color stories and colors themselves repeat, and they can be duped. And sometimes they're even better than if you had gotten it, the first go round, because sometimes they improve things. Eyeshadow formulas are so much better in, like this past 10 years that I've like really gotten into it again, and which is still better than the decades before that I was doing makeup and wearing eyeshadow and all that. So you shouldn't feel like you have to buy these things now. If there's a particular, like, limited edition palette, you can probably copy those colors with your singles, or you could plan, because you know what, by not buying it now, you can let other people buy it and post looks and share things, and you can think about, do you like those looks? Would you want to copy some of those? Can you do it currently? And if not, maybe you can plan with some of those colors that you don't have to fill in the blanks there. And those could be a future sale, but it allows you to have more thought about it and not just feel rushed. My final thing is I would like you just to be able to take this time of year when it's getting colder and darker, at least where I live, and you're maybe not feeling like you want to go outside and enjoy the fresh air as much because it's cold and rainy. Then, a lot of times that means like, oh, I could just go to a store and, get out somewhere and do things like that. Or you could also just cozy down at home and make use of what you have, like do your hobbies, whatever that is. If it is makeup, then you could be playing with the things you have, making colors, stories. Even if you're not a single person, you could still mix and match your palettes and make things, fun combinations that way. If you're not a panner, you don't have to be to do some of the projects. Some of them are not even really panning. It's more just like you can make them usage goals, and like you could randomize things. There's so many different projects and all that people have on the internet, whether it's Instagram or YouTube, TikTok, whatever. Like there's so many different things that people are doing that you could do instead with, your collection to have fun with it. So yeah, just treat this as cozy time, not necessarily buy time. And hopefully this kind of helps you not feel like you have to do all the buying. But like I said, if you do some, like I actually just last night placed sort of an impulse order because I wasn't planning on this order. I had some stuff in my mind and there happened to be some really good sales based around things. And I'm like, you know what? Then now's a good time to go ahead and get those things, because it's like, I wasn't just gonna buy like one of them. It wasn't like that crucial, and then that thing, well, not so crucial, and then that thing, and it's like, oh, okay, well, here we go. They all happened to kind of have a sale at the same time, and it worked out well. So, great. So if that happens for you, if there is sort of stuff that you were already kind of thinking about, great, okay? But you don't have to buy something. You don't have to take advantage of these deals to still enjoy what you have and enjoy your life. So thank you so much for watching this. Hopefully it helped you in some way or entertained you at least. And until my next video, I hope you'll be doing well, and I'll see you then. Bye.